Good evening, I'm Rebecca McElroy. In the news this week, Donald Trump has vowed that the US will solve the North Korea problem with or without China. Gibraltar continues to be used as a political football between the UK, Spain and the EU. Millions of Britons are physically inactive and Celtic secured a sixth straight Scottish Premiership title. Also in the news, Prime Minister Theresa May and First Minister Nicola Sturgeon met to discuss the implications of Brexit on Scotland and a possible second Scottish independence referendum. The Daily Mail, on the other hand, were more interested in Legxit, who has the best legs of the two most powerful people in the UK. Here's Rebecca Margay to tell us more.
It has been a busy week in the world of politics. Brexit? No, not that. Is it that the Scottish Parliament have voted in favour of holding another independence referendum? No, not that either. The political story that is being shared on newspapers, television programmes, Facebook, Twitter is none other than Legxit. Legxit? The Daily Mail headline that read, "Never mind Brexit, who won Legxit?" Catchy, isn't it? An article describing the United Kingdom's most powerful woman having a tense meeting in Glasgow discussing two of the UK's biggest decisions in decades, to exit the European Union and trigger Article 50 and the voting of Holyrood's MSPs in favour of Scotland holding another independence referendum. And what did they focus on? Whose legs were better? The article was written by Sarah Vine, wife of Tory politician Michael Gove. It's not surprising that Mrs Vine wrote an article like this, as for many years the publication Private Eye have referred to her as Sarah Vane, and she is well known for discussing all aspects of her own private life, particularly focusing on her looks and weight. Labour MP Ed Miliband got involved straight away, tweeting "The 1950s called" and asked for their headline back, which delighted his Milifandom and made him even more popular than James Blunt, who was famous for his sassy comebacks. So, is this a bit of fun taken the wrong way by the politically correct, obsessed public, or was this inappropriate, demeaning and sexist? Going by the discussions online, this will be a question that will continue to be fiercely debated for some time. Now, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Rebecca. To discuss this, we have Rupert Carruthers, Minister for Punishing the Weak and Conservative MP for Glasgow Partick, and India Chakra, Co-Coordinator of the pressure group Free iPads for Disabled Single-Parent Refugees. India, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think that's absolutely ridiculous. It doesn't matter if they had their legs out, they're there to discuss something more important. Like, do you know what I mean, than their legs? Who cares that their legs are out? Like, they're entitled to wear a skirt.
It is definitely a discrimination between the male MPs and the Scottish.
Yeah, definitely. If the Prime Minister was down there, like, with a funny hat on, do you think they would talk about that? No, they would just talk about the politics. But every single time they get women in politics, they have to discuss what they're wearing or what their hair's like, what jacket they're wearing. Who cares about that? There's more important things in the world than bloody legs, I tell you.
Rupert, do you have any thoughts on the issue?
Well, I don't see myself as a misogynist, but if it came down to a competition between who had the better legs, I would say it was definitely Theresa May, and that's not me being biased because I'm a Conservative. I think the picture speaks for itself. But I also think that the SNP got a little bit lucky that the media diverted from the actual independence referendum number 2, because I think it shows that, I think it's evident that a lot of people in Scotland, especially in Glasgow, don't actually have an appetite for a second referendum.
Yeah, I think that's a lie.
I think she dodged a bullet.
Wait, so you're saying, oh, I'm not this, I'm not that, but I think she had the better legs. Well, I think you've just proved yourself you're a bit of an idiot. Talking about that.
If you say so.
We're not here to discuss their legs, we're talking about something more important. And I think you'll find that there probably is need for IndieRef2, by the way, hashtag. So I think you've got your facts wrong there.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of people in Glasgow, which is a lot more liberal, I mean, as you can see, have felt that
you're now trying to talk about me because I'm Glaswegian. You're discriminating against me. Why are you letting this guy on this show?
I'm a fellow Glaswegian myself. I'm not.
What's that accent, mate? I think you're from Glasgow. No way at all.
Fellow Glaswegians. However,
go back to your posh school, mate. Don't need the likes of you here.
See.
But do we think it was perhaps that the article was written by a woman? Do you find that surprising?
I just find it a bit ridiculous, like the world we're living in here, that she's writing about their legs. Like, they're there to discuss really important matters that matter to me in my home country. And why does she have to bring up their legs? Who cares about their legs?
I think it's a clear indication that many people have lost their sense of humour, especially feminists.
It's not even funny. It's not funny at all. Sorry, it riles me, that subject riles me, it does.
Perfectly understandable. Let's move on. Donald Trump may be the world's most powerful man, but is he himself overpowered by a simple set of stairs? Here's Rebecca to tell us more.
Numerous reports are coming to light that Donald Trump may be frightened of stairs. CNN broke the story claiming that the president may have an irrational fear of stairs. Some find it hard to believe that the former property tycoon would be afraid of something frivolous, considering the number of groundbreaking deals that he has closed in his career. On the other hand, many find it absolutely hilarious. Like the UK's own laughingstock Boris Johnson, Trump has a ridiculous haircut, some say wig, and some bizarre political and personal views. So this fears of stairs would be something else to add to his wacky list of attributes. Rumours were fuelled even more when British PM Theresa May met President Trump on her first visit to the White House as PM. The two were spotted walking through the gardens of the White House when they approached a small ram, and Trump seemed to grab the PM's hand. Some are insisting that the gesture was of politeness, and some are convinced and feel he was bracing himself for a fall. Some, it seems, no matter what President Trump does, he is unfairly criticised and becomes a figure of ridicule. To others, he is getting back what he gives out. He's happy to make fun of everyone else, so why shouldn't others have a laugh at his expense? What do you think?
So, Rupert, is President Trump afraid of stairs?
I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it? It really does show that the liberal media, especially CNN, or as we like to call it on the right wing, the Clinton News Network, clearly have no substance at all to the reporting anymore. I mean, a man like Donald Trump, such prestige, people are claiming he's scared of stairs. This man climbs mountains, let alone staircases.
He doesn't know what a mountain is, mate. How would he know how to climb it?
He's climbed the mountain of business. I think he knows perfectly well what a mountain is.
The mountain of business?
Mountain
You're right, mate. No way.
Well, I mean, his net worth speaks for itself.
His what, sorry?
His net worth.
His net
what
worth?
you're worth as
Who
assets,
cares what
you
his
see.
net worth is? Does that mean he say he can run a country? I don't think so, mate. Bring back Obama.
I say
That's all
give the man
Hashtag Obama. Bring him back.
Give the man a chance. He's only been in office for what, 2 months maybe?
Do you think this supposed fear of stairs is going to have implications on his presidency, like his ability to lead a country?
Well, if he's saying he's afraid of stairs, he's not too scared to climb out his private
never
jet,
said he was.
is he?
He
Climb down the stairs at the private jet.
Exactly, he's perfectly capable of doing that. So the fact that people are even bringing into question that he's terrified of stairs is preposterous. I mean,
It's just to get him in the news. No, it's to get him in the news.
Yeah, but it's
I'd rather
negative
he
news.
just
So I don't think
vanished into
that
thin air.
Donald wants any of this, to be honest.
Donald doesn't want it.
No.
Oh, he loves it. He was on The Apprentice, for God's sake. Of course he loves being on the telly and in the news.
And it had great ratings.
Oh, don't get me started, come on.
I mean,
the man's obsessed with fake tan and he's in charge of the greatest country in the world.
your candidate Hillary Clinton made a complete fool of herself on
didn't
an
say-
African-American radio show. Whenever she was asked what she carried in her handbag, she said hot sauce. If that is not embarrassing, then I don't know what is. Some way to relate to the African-American
Is
community.
that you
It's
pulling down
embarrassing.
females again?
No, I'm
Is
not.
that you bringing her up because she's a woman?
I'm sorry that she's a
This
female.
man's got an
she's-
issue with women here.
Well, do we think it's distracting?
Not at all. I think Mr. Trump and his administration are going to do a fantastic job. They have their eyes set on what they want to
No,
do.
I don't think
They
so.
want to make America great again.
Thank you all for that. Now let's move on to cat marriage.
After a long cold winter, the sun is finally coming out. The dark nights are disappearing, the flowers are blooming, and the couples up and down the country are looking forward to tying the knot. From tiny registry office dues to huge look how rich my parents are extravaganzas, divorce lawyers are licking their lips in anticipation. But it isn't just all walks of human life that is looking forward to matrimonial bliss. Little Brady has informed friends and relatives of his cat Silver's up-and-coming marriage to lucky groom Pedro. The invitation promises a well-dressed bride and a groom and a delicious tuna cake. And don't worry about fighting for space at such a popular event, as Brady informs us, without meaning to blow his own trumpet, that he has a big house. So what do you think of a feline matrimony? A sweet and harmless bit of fun? And a natural disgrace that the Royal Marines should destroy? A right that all cats should have? Or are you upset that a cat is getting married while you cry yourself to sleep every night?
So, India, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think it's just lovely, isn't it? They're the Earth's creatures, and if they've got soulmates, I'm not standing in the way of them getting married. Like, say if they genuinely love each other, you go for it. That's all I need to say. Power to the cats. I'm on the cats, that's what I'm saying. They've got it right.
Well, Rupert, what do you think?
Well, I think biology speaks to itself, that cats aren't human beings. They don't pay tax, they don't pay national insurance, they live in people's houses and sleep for the majority of the day.
I think you'll find that the most of the country do that.
If you,
But
like,
they're
if
allowed
you
to
just
get
let me
married.
finish, just get me just one word, and you've
Oh,
spoke quite a lot today. I'd say, I think it's liberals just gone mad, liberal lunatics.
No.
At their
Rupert,
finest,
do we,
at their
do we
finest.
think it's
There's
causing
real-
any harm for
There's
cats
real
to get
burning
married?
issues. I don't think cats even know what marriage is. I mean, let's be honest, okay?
You can't
Yeah.
tell me. See when I open my door at night
I actually
and
think
my
it's a
little
little
kitty
sad
cat
that
comes to my
The
face. I
couples
know that
or
he loves
single
me.
people that are going to be living at home, or as they're called, cat ladies. I'm sorry, I know you're
Hold
going to
on,
say
are
cat
you
ladies again.
married?
Cat men,
Are
yeah,
you
I'm
married?
happily married, but I took the ring off today.
Oh, of course you would. Of course you would.
I'm trying to be a bit more inclusive, you know.
All inclusive.
No, that doesn't matter. Anyway, can we
Back to the
leave my
cat
life out of
marriage.
it?
Is it doing any harm for cats to get married? Surely it's just a bit of fun.
Well,
if-
it's not harming them. It's just the fact that, I mean, how ludicrous can this
It's
be?
not ludicrous. See if I said to you, you love her, you're not allowed to marry her, you need to tell that poor wee cat. That wee poor wee cat's found its soulmate. Who are you to stand in the way of it? We're all born for this earth. We're all entitled
How
to
do you know the
that.
cat's found its soulmate? It can't communicate
Because
unless you're
it-
telling me that you can speak
A
feline.
cat can't communicate. It can meow.
I wouldn't be surprised
it
if you
can
actually
purr,
told me you could
It's got
speak feline.
whiskers that dance about in its face. How can it not communicate?
So
I think it can communicate better than you can. Oh my God. Yeah, overall, mon the cats. Of course they can get married.
I think it's a complete travesty. It should be shut down. These
Well-
people should be put in, I wouldn't say asylums, I would say
Rupert,
sections.
thank you
are
for
on
that. Finally, we're going to be looking at kilted yoga. Take it away, Rebecca.
Kilted yoga. Although we have seen cat yoga and paddleboard yoga, we thought we had seen every niche yoga class out there until we stumbled across this on our very own wooded area. Two Scottish kilted, tattooed and bearded yogis have taken Facebook by storm with their effortless grace, their strength, their flexibility and a rather cheeky display. The video was posted to the BBC The Social and has attracted over 50 million views and counting. The video has been a popular conversation starter between middle-aged women, with one commenting, "This is a wind-up, right?" and another saying, "Oofed, I've just found a new love for yoga." With many others making jokes about how this is a new reason to visit Scotland and how they wouldn't mind this cheeky display to welcome them as they leave the airports. There are many questions still to be answered. Could these half-naked men in skirts get people more active? Is kilted yoga just for men? Is no underwear a mandatory dress code for such activities? How many middle-aged women have started trying to get their burly, unathletic husbands to do handstands in kilts as a result? And most importantly, where can I see a longer version of this video?
So, kilted yoga, what are your thoughts, Rupert?
I was running over in my head and I thought maybe I can be a little bit more liberal and a little more inclusive in this issue, but for me it's a complete insult to our heritage. The fact that men, I don't understand it happened thousands of years ago. My ancestors, as a proud Carrother, were running around the Highlands but pretty much naked. However, I don't think men in this day and age should be focusing on meditating, so to speak, in woods.
sorry.
They should be out.
Have you seen those men?
I have.
Have you seen how physically fit they are?
I don't think that matters. I thought you were.
But they're doing it for the yoga. They're saying the yoga gives them that physique, and see if it gives them the physique, sign me up. I want to do the yoga. Why would you not? Why is it a disgrace? They're wearing
next
their
you're gonna-
national dress in amongst our forests where it all started in Scotland, celebrating the nature.
Well, next you're going to be trying to implement it in nurseries. I know that for a fact.
What's wrong with putting it in nurseries?
I'm not having that.
How?
Well, I don't want my child. Well, I mean, it would never actually be in my nursery because it's private. Well, I mean,
Of
you
course
actually
it
be
would.
allowed
Of course it
there,
wouldn't be in your
but
nursery.
The fact, even for, I mean, I do care about the general public, lower people, believe it or not. But
Lower people.
and I think they would actually have a huge problem with you allowing a man with a kilt on, nothing else, in front of
But
their children.
listen, he's in the
You're
middle
fine
of.
with that, are you?
But he's in the middle of nowhere. He's out in like the trusts of Scotland. He's going the way of the world. He's
Is there an age limit
connecting
for
with-
kilted yoga?
No. Why would there be an age limit?
I'm just wondering if you think there's any
But
restraints.
he's wearing a
that anyone
kilt.
can do.
There's nothing offensive there. There's nothing offensive there. I'm sure you'd have a problem though if I wanted to put a kilt on and take my top off. I'm
Fire
sure you'd have
away.
a problem with that.
I wouldn't. Well, I mean, I wouldn't look at it personally, or even, you know, I think I'd be happy if you wanted to do that in the woods on your own. Go for it.
But why is it not allowed? Like, they're just connecting with nature, they're really being really active, they're getting everybody off their couches, and they're just doing it themselves. They're not telling you have to go and do kilted yoga. They just wanted to go and do it and do what they like to do, and you've got a problem with that?
Young men in this day and age should be more focused on their careers rather than running around
They
the
do have a
woods.
career, they're a yoga
Thank
teachers.
you.
Being one with
Thank you
nature.
both, Rupert and Inia. Sadly, that's all we have time for. Thank you for watching Also in the News.